think a lot of it is, mental. Obviously, I'm not the biggest tight end that's ever played the game. I'm 6'6", 250, 252, and a lot of the guys I block are bigger and way more than me. But I think a lot of it is mental, and just knowing my high school coach did a great job of installing that in me at a young age, and I think it's really carried over. So.
And 15 receptions. I'm sure you want more than that, but a lot of years here, that would have been a good year for a tight end. What are your thoughts on 15 receptions so far? I'm sure you want more, but.
Right. I mean, yeah, like I said, we got a ton of good guys, and we got almost a handful of guys that could start anywhere in the country in offense, and so the ball gets dispersed around however it does, and I'm happy doing my job, whether it's blocking, whether it's catching, whatever it is, I'm happy, and I enjoy doing it. And obviously we're 20-0, so it's been working out pretty good, so I'm not complaining.
Jeff, following up on that blocking part, I was asking Coach Hinton when you stuck your head in the door if you seem to have a knack for seeing the cascade effect of some of your blocks. I mean, do you feel like you do? Do you kind of see when you're hitting this guy what it's going to cause behind him sometimes?
Yeah, I mean that's definitely being year 2 in the offense. a lot of times I know when my block is the key important block, and I know when I get it, whether it's Carlos running the ball or Braxton running the ball. I know if I got this block, I know Carlos is going to be right off my butt, and so it works out a lot. And having a running back and a quarterback like Braxton and Carlos, it really puts me in a good position too, because it makes the defensive players have to play both of them, and it sometimes stalls them just for that quick second that I need to get in the right position. And so they really do help out in that aspect.
Except for not throwing to the tight end, was that as clicking as this offense has been Saturday night? I mean, y'all spread the ball all over the field. You ran the ball all over the field. I mean, almost 700 yards of total offense. I mean, how would you describe what it was like to kind of be out there in the midst of it all?
It was fun. Last year, our breakout game on offense was when we played Nebraska at home, and we had 350 yards rushing or something like that. We put up I think 60 or 50, high 50s on them, and I think that was kind of our breakout game this year was when we played Penn State on Saturday night, and we clicked a lot on offense, and coming off of the game against Iowa where we didn't punt once, our offense has definitely been clicking on all cylinders lately. So
Jeff, how difficult is it? You guys are coming off a span of 4 games against traditionally good teams or highlight teams with good tradition and everything, and now this game it's kind of down. Is it all hard at all this week just to maintain?
No, I don't think so. Our coaching staff does a great job, regardless of who we're playing, that we got to be prepared every week. And, going into Purdue I was there my freshman year, and, it didn't turn out how we wanted it to. And I think, there's a lot of guys on this team that remember that, in my class and stuff. And so, I think this week is a big week for us. And, we got something to prove going back to Purdue. So,
Jeff, is that something that the team...
Are you on social media?
Yeah.
Are you aware of how closely the coaches watch you, or do they watch you closely?
I don't.
When you're doing anything, are you?
Am I doing something bad?
No. I gotta make sure. I know people are watching.
I mean, yeah, obviously. I mean, I can't. I mean, obviously, there's some things I would definitely tweet that I can't tweet, but yeah, I mean, I obviously watch it. So, and I know that our coaching staff and they have guys set up that monitor our stuff like that. So, I try to keep it appropriate.
Said anything to you, though,
You're starting to worry me now.
there's nothing there.
All right, no, but yeah, they have people in place for that stuff. So.
Jeff, when you open the door there and you're kind of clowning with Coach, does that speak to your relationship and the fact that you guys can bust on each other a little bit and have some fun with this thing?
Yeah, definitely, and it's like Coach Meyer says. After your immediate family, the coach-player relationship is one of the strongest relationships that you'll have in life, and Coach Hinton and I have a great relationship. He's an outstanding coach, and I owe a lot of everything that I've been able to accomplish here at Ohio State to him the last 2 years, and so definitely, and I've learned to trust him a whole lot, and I think that's a big thing. Last year everything was kind of new, and I wouldn't say I 100% trusted him, but this year we have a great relationship. I trust him with anything in my life, and so.
You prank him? I mean, do you?
No, I mean, obviously I did that one prank over over spring ball when about my getting arrested, my brother here, but
Went over good, didn't it?
right, but he'll never forget that one. I'll tell you that much. But no, we have a great relationship. So
Jeff,
If you
how
remember
difficult
what
is it
it's
to
like-
take Tuesdays seriously here? Like, you guys are playing as well as you are. I guess Tuesdays are Bloody Tuesday around here. How tough is it to take the coaches seriously when they're in your guys' faces after putting up 63 points last week?
I wouldn't say it's tough. It'll be a tough day for you if you don't take them seriously. I'll tell you that much. But Tuesdays, Bloody Tuesdays. No, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That's when games are won and lost. And it's really important for us to have a good Tuesday and Wednesday practice. And we know, Coach Meyer and the coaching staff, and they understand that there's going to be some tweaks and things that aren't going to look right or mess something up on Tuesday and Wednesdays. And then Thursdays we come out. We got to have everything clicking on all cylinders. And have the final game plan finalized, and we execute that on Thursday. And we usually have a pretty idea after Thursday's practice, how we feel going into the game on Saturday. So,
Jeff, do you remember what it's like exactly, that feeling of losing? It's been a few years.
yeah, it has been a few years. I think what was the last Gator Bowl? Gator Bowl was the last loss. Yeah, I mean definitely, and that's we experienced that a few times that year. And, a lot of the guys remember that year and, after the year. And, that's not something we want. And I know that, a lot of the guys that were here for that year, they're still here and that are starting, we don't want any part of that. And I think, that's been a big motivator for us, just going into these last 2 years. No one wants that. That's not Ohio State football. And so, it's a big deal for us, going into Purdue. And, we got something to prove, so.
Jeff, you talked about that trip 2 years ago, and then they played you close last year. Is series history something that you would talk about much in the locker room as a way to stay focused this week?
Not really. This is a different team. Every year is a different team, and I think that plays a big factor into series histories and all that. And I don't think that plays anything. We're a different team than we were last year. We're a different team than the last time they went to Purdue. 3 or 4 years ago, and so I don't think that has anything to do with it.
At the same time, if one of your younger teammates asked you about that experience in Purdue, what would you tell them?
It's not quite Ohio State. You're not going to have. There's not going to be 105,000 fans there. It's kind of a gray city, and it's not the most beautiful city in the country. And but it's just you got to go in there and you got to have your mind on one thing. That's playing football. And no one's there rooting for you. It's just like any other away game. Everyone wants you to lose, and so they think they have a pretty good. They probably think the same thing. So
When it's kind of a gray city, it's a team that's not getting a lot of respect this season, and there might not be 105,000 fans in the stands.
Right.
Where does your motivation come from on game day? Where's the juice come from?
The juice is internal. It's for your brothers next to you. Even any game, regardless of how many fans there are. I don't think 105,000 fans. I don't think that really has a whole lot to do with it. You playing for the guy next to you, and that's where your motivation comes from. And you're playing for all these coaches that work so hard day in and day out. That's where a lot of your motivation comes from. So.
You left out the plush visiting locker room too over there.
Oh, awful.
Yeah.
Jeff, are you thinking about having an intern from
Couple more questions.
West Lafayette Chamber of Commerce this summer?
Not quite.